Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching Haruka's first trial voice drama. Previously we watched all the music videos and S's character voice drama, and then today we are watching Haruka's voice drama and then rewatching his music video. I'm pretty curious about this one because this is actually the very first prisoner we're watching the voice dramas. So I'm not really sure how the interaction between S and Haruka is going to be. Um, but yeah, thank you for all of the comments. I've been reading them just to see how I can improve myself with reacting to Milgram. I know this is pretty unique, so please be patient. I'm trying my best. But please continue commenting because I am learning and trying to be more alert with conversations, with lyrics, with visuals. But obviously I cannot see everything, so if you guys can point out anything I can miss or I missed, that'll be appreciated as well. And yeah, let's get on with the video. All right, so this is the video, but I did reposition myself to the middle because I noticed in the last video I was blocking the right person's character. So I wanted to reposition myself here. I'll try to move if there are any dialogue that I'm blocking with my head. But yeah, onto the video.
Sate, 尋問を始めよう。囚人番号1番、はるか。
はい。ごめんなさい。
Oh, he's a little scared. So I feel like his murder wasn't intentional, no?
ごめんなさい。
At least he doesn't seem like he's a psychopath.
ミルグラムはお前たち囚人の罪を明らかにし、適切な判断を下すために存在している。そのためにいくつか話をしよう。
はあ。
何？尋問と言っても現段階では手荒な真似をす
るつもり
はないから安心しろ。ちなみに虚偽も黙秘も認めている。
Wait, hold on. Let me see. Closely translate to silence. However, the register of the word in Japanese is far higher than silence would be in English. The implication is that Haruka is unfamiliar with advanced vocabulary. By the way, I'll acknowledge both any falsehood or reticence. Wait, let me look that up real quick. Reticence? The quality of being reticent, reserve, not revealing one's thoughts or feelings readily. Is that like pleading the fifth, I guess, in the US terms? Like when people use that in court? I feel like in context it seems like that because, by the way, I'll acknowledge both any falsehood, which I think S is going to notice if Haruka is lying, or reticence if he doesn't talk or answer, right? So I think reticence kind of like I'm pleading the fifth because he's using I don't know, far register is far higher than silent. I'm trying to understand it. I'm also ESL, so I'm sorry, but I think that's what it means. Oh, are they going to explain it? Oh. Oh, never mind. It was the complete opposite of what I think.
ああ、ミルグラムはお前の記憶から直接歌を取り出すからだ。僕はそれを見てお前の罪を判断する。
Oh.
つまり、
Oh shoot.
お前がどんな主張をしようと大きな問題はない。むしろ黙秘をした、嘘をついたということ自体がお前が自分の罪に対してどういう意識を持っているかを示すことになる。
はあ。
そもそも罪に対して反省しているかどうか、それを判決の基準にするかすら僕次第なのだがな。わかるの？
わかりません。
は？ん？
何言ってるかわかりませんでした。難しく。
I didn't understand whatever it was you were saying. It was difficult. Wait, let me see. Is it because Haruka's? It's hard because I know Haruka is a relatively young person, but I don't also don't know if they just don't know how courts work because they're too, like they're too young as well. The context of this is Haruka's being like, like he just doesn't understand terminologies, which is fine because honestly, as a young person, do you really know your consequences, right? Because assuming that he did murder, which I think he does, I'm not really sure. Everything that they were saying the last few videos is that all 10 of these people murdered, right? So I think he just doesn't know the consequences, and now they're explaining the legal consequences. He just doesn't understand the terminology. That's what I'm thinking. But I feel like all of these are, some words are very big as a high schooler, so I think that's what he's trying to, or that's what's happening here. But at the same time, like I feel like S saying like, if I want to base my judgment on whether or not you reflected on your sins in the first place, that's up to me to decide. Yeah, so it's just like, I feel like S is just saying that it doesn't matter what you say right now. I'm judging it solely on your songs, right? Which I feel like you should kind of hear them out. I mean, like, if he sounds guilty, then you're gonna say, like, but then like the video doesn't, right? Like the music video, are you gonna say he's not guilty based off that? I don't know. But I think S is also saying that it doesn't matter, right? Like it could flip flop either way. It's just based off of the judgment that.
わかるな。
わかりません。
は？
何言ってるかわかりませんでした。難しくて。
Oh, so it was kind of the first thing we said. Well, I didn't really say he's stupid. I don't want to assume that, but I guess we kind of self-reported.
僕、頭があまり。
はるか、お前年はいくつだ
？お
17だったと思います。
思います？
いや、自分の年齢に興味なくて。ごめんなさい。
Honestly, even though you didn't, I feel like that's like that's just one thing that you would know, right? As a person, as a human. Unless you're bad at math or you're just old enough that you don't care about your age, but
調子狂うな。続けようか。ミルグラムでの生活はどうだ？
最初はわけわからないし、ちょっと怖かったんですけど。
Everybody was nice.
みんなとは他の囚人連中か？
I think that this kind of makes me question a little bit of like why all these guys are murderers. Obviously, we're gonna find out eventually. But dang, dude, it's just like I don't know what it is. Like maybe a lot of their murders are accidents, but personality-wise, I just don't see it. But it's just I don't know. It's just confusing to me.
みんなとは他の囚人連中か？
はい。ユノさんとかマヒルさんとか
Is that
優しくしてくれます。
Okay. I low-key, watching this makes me really curious about people's lores and like who they're friends with and things like that. I low-key want to write it down, like in my own notes. Like I mean, if you guys are watchers, avid watchers, you probably already know like character relationship in this videos, or I guess in this world. But I just want to see like who's close with who, So I was just like, okay, I want to take note because I'm still also like not familiar with everyone's names. So like they could say I remember the name but I don't know her number. And so I know Mahiru is the one that I like because she had like sunflower or like a flower earring, right? I believe. But in my opinion, I feel like if you already remember their names and like acknowledge them, I feel like they're relatively close. But maybe that will be like a lore thing as well in future music videos where maybe they feature each other. I'm not really sure. Who knows though? I mean, like I am pretty curious, and I'm just curious about like the world building.
少し興味があるな。はるかの目に他の囚人はどう映っている？
いや、僕なんかみんなのことを喋るの悪いです。
安心しろ。この部屋での話を他の囚人に漏らすことはない。
はい。
Okay, so one thing I knew from just watching the music videos is that, or at least like from comments as well, is that it's like viewer selection who is going to be guilty and not. Um Obviously the voice trauma might like sway people's opinions. So I don't know if people use it based off of just like how they talk. So like Haruka being shy, obviously people are gonna think that he's innocent, but I am curious about that, like what people's like. Obviously, it's gonna be a poll, probably, right?
何を話せばいいんでしょうか。
そうだな。誰とよく話すんだ？
よく話しかけてくれるのは。
The ones who often talk to me are Yuno and Mahiru and Mikoto. Okay. Curious about Mikoto as well. I don't remember who that one is, but okay, it's nice.
ユノさんとマヒルさんとミコトさん、フータ君も少し怖いけど構ってくれます。ムーさんともたまに話します。構ってくれます。ムーさんともたまに話します。
和井や指導は？
大人なんで少し怖いんですけど。
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying during like the music videos too. It's just like I feel like their age gap is so wide in this like place. So is it just like, all the kids are intimidated by the adults, or is it kind of like equal footing? I'm so curious about that, the dynamic,
二人とも優しい人だと思います。
ことこは？
No! Kotoko, my favorite!
まあ予想通りだ。あとは名前が出てないのはアマネか。
アマネちゃん。
どうした？
苦手なんです。あれくらいの。
I'm not good with them. Children at that age, Amane is a good girl, but she brings back bad memories. Oh. Sorry, I have to write that down. I feel like there's so much information in these type of things, and there's so many characters. I have to write it down.
子供。アマネちゃんはいい子なんですけど。
Okay, so it's not Amane that's a problem. It's just Haruka's trauma with people like that.
嫌なことを思い出すんで。
大丈夫か？ずいぶん顔色が悪いな。
そもそもあまり僕は人と関わっちゃいけないんです。
Wait, why?
囚人のみんなとも勘違いしちゃダメなんだ。
なぜだ？好きにすればいいじゃないか。僕は他者との関係の中でこそその人間の本質が見えると考えている。
カシさんにも言えることなんだ。
僕にも。
あまり僕に近づかない方がいい。生まれつき人を不幸にすることは得意なんです。
You shouldn't get so close to me. Bringing misfortune to people is the only thing I'm naturally good at. I'm so curious about that. Why? Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
僕を知ろうとすればするほど、きっとカシさんも不幸になる。
Is it?
はるか。
だって、ごめんなさい。一人でずっと喋って。
続けろ。
いつだってそうなんだ。僕がただ普通にしてるだけなのに。
Is he blaming? Because I know he murdered someone, right? So is he really innocent? But there's just misfortunes around him that he kind of accidentally killed someone. Is that what he's saying? My interest peaked.
みんなだって僕のことを知ったら、僕のしたことをすべて知ったら、僕を。
It seems like that. Selfish killer?
はるか。
はい。
顔を上げろ。
はい。 痛い。何するんですか。
僕は看守だ。今のは囚人に
I'm the prisoner. That just now is how I'll educate you prisoners.
対しての基本
Why?
的指導だ。許される。いいか、よく聞け。囚人番号1番。何度でも言おう。僕は看守だ。お前の本性を知るのが僕の仕事だ。お前が何者だろうと。
I am pretty surprised about S's character. I did not expect, I guess us, is that us? But like I did not expect S to be forceful like that. I thought it'll be no violence, right? But then we kind of lied. You know what I mean? I'm confused about that. Why are you scared? No violence. Wait, did they say like necessary? Yeah, I don't plan on using violence, so rest assured. You know what I mean? Do we lie as well to get like information out of them? That's so scary. I don't like that. But maybe this is just like a tactic of intimidation, right?
お前がどんな非道を働いていようと、すべて見届け、判断するのが僕の仕事だ。それを言うにこと書いて、見捨てるだと。あまり僕を舐めるなよ。お前の罪を知り、お前の罪を許すか許さないか判断し終えるまで、お前は僕の管理物だ。
I mean, it makes sense though. I think it makes sense. I feel like we gotta have some backbone. I didn't really think that S is going to be like, like just someone who's really nice. So I get it. There needs to be some kind of like, some backbone to be stern when I have to and just be considerate when I have to as well, like be like in the middle.
逃がしてもらえるなどと思うな。
看守さん。
ちょっと待て、はるか。何をニヤニヤしている。
ごめんなさい。気持ち悪いですよね。
気持ち悪い。
Is he crazy? Is he crazy? Oh my god.
違くて変な話なんですけど、ちょっと嬉しくて。
嬉しい。
はい。
おかしな話だな。僕が言うのもなんだが、監禁され拘束され、こうして尋問されている。この状況に対して怒りや恐れを覚えるのが自然だろう。そういえばお前は最初からずっとそうだ。塞ぎ込んではいるが、ミルグラム自体への混乱を感じない。その点はフータやムーの反応の方が腑に落ちるというものだ。
Whoa. The point is, reacting like Futa and Mew would have made more sense. How does S know that? Is it from just like the basic info? Or is it like what we know? Because didn't we not know about them right now? We haven't met them yet, right? Because Haruka is the very first one. But then I guess Futa seems like the type of person that's like very obviously like a delinquent, I guess. But then how about Mew?
フータやムーの反応の方が腑に落ちるというものだ。
そうですね。フータ君はすごく怒ってますね。
Or do I just know the music videos as of now?
僕はこのミルグラムでしたっけ？何のためにあるのかとかよく分かってないんですけど、看守さんが自分に興味を持ってくれていろいろ聞いてくれるのはなんだか嬉しかったりします。
that childhood
それが
trauma?
お仕事でも僕のやった悪いことを明らかにするためだったとしてもです。
変なやつだな。
あ、
一人目から特殊すぎる。お前は7人目くらいで来るべきだ。この仕事の
You're too good at lowering your gaze. You should have at least been the 7th person. Is that like a saying? I do not understand what that means.
お前は7人目くらいで来るべきだ。この仕事の大変さを今はっきり理解した。
ごめんなさい。
まあいい。反抗的な囚人よりはいくらかマシだな。ただしあまり勘違いをするなよ、はるか。僕はお前と仲良くしたくて話を聞いているわけではない。僕の目的はあくまでお前の犯した罪を知ることだ。お前が何をしたのか、なぜ人殺しとなったかを知るためだ。
はい。
まだニヤニヤしている。
ごめんなさい。
Ooh. An exchange impossible to translate neatly into English. Haruka misunderstands the contextual usage of the verb. Within the construction S uses, the verb would mean to happen, occur, whereas Haruka compares it to wake, get up, which is its more common usage. Of course, betide and tide aren't homonyms and aren't even in the same word class. It's a compromise adjustment. A guy with no sense of tension. If I just deem you as unforgivable, I wonder what will betide you.
緊張感のない男だ。僕がお前を許さないと判断するだけで、お前の身にどんなことが起きるか。
何か起きるんですか？
さあな。お前は考える必要はない。
I feel like you should just talk stupid with
と僕にもな。
お
そうだ。
Ooh.
あと一つ言いたいことがある。お前は自分が身勝手な人殺しだから周りと関わってはいけないと言ったな。
はい。
囚人どもは皆人殺しだ。何を遠慮することがある。あいつらにくらい好きに振る舞えばいい。お前にも分かりやすく言おうか。お前ら全員ダメ人間だ。だから気にするな。
それもそうですね。
おしゃべりの時間は終わりのようだ。恐れることはない。ただお前の記憶を覗かせてもらうだけだ。囚人番号1番はるか。さあお前の罪を歌え。
Ooh. All right. What do I think about Haruka? I don't think that he's lying. I think he's naturally like that. Very low self-esteem kind of person. Which I did not expect for someone like him. Or at least not like him, but like a killer, right? Like a murderer. I did not expect that. I thought they'll be kind of like crazy or psychopathic, but no. I guess like it seems like this murder was an accident, in my opinion. Or at least like from what I see. But he does show some kind of like craziness as well, giggling towards like certain wording or certain feelings. From what I can tell, he needs reassurance, or he needs some kind of attention. I feel like he didn't get that growing up. Maybe that's why he's also kind of like low IQ, or at least like something along the lines of that. maybe he didn't get the education he deserved when he was a kid or younger, that he turned into like that, right? Or maybe like his parents or his family abandoned him. It seems like that as well. So now that someone actually cares, or at least asking him certain things, he seemed very like hopeful that someone's actually giving him attention, which is sad. I don't know if that was the result, or that would be the result of him killing someone, or maybe he killed his family. I'm not sure. So yeah, Haruka, very interesting person. I also don't know why he scared Amane, which I believe is number 8. Is that a trauma? I'm not really sure. Yeah, I believe like all of his friends, or at least who he talks to, are relatively closer to his age. So that might be. Who knows? Who knows? Really, I'm really curious. I'm really curious. So yeah, but let's rewatch the music video and see if I have any context, or additional context after watching this one. So yeah. All right, all right. Let's rewatch this video and see if there are any. I'll probably pause a lot this time since I already watched the video, but I'll focus more on like the lyrics, and I mean, if there's any visual that stands out to me now that I have some context about it, then yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so I am guessing. Okay, he has a dog. I'm guessing this is the mom, right? I'm guessing this is the mom. What's breaking? Like your friendship or your relationship? I don't understand, because like I do remember from like the first time I watched this video is that I think he has like himself. I think he was fighting against himself, or maybe his future self. Okay, that's also one kind of thing I figured out from the last one as well, or at least like after, like the video, is that I do feel like he's like the disappointment child, right? Like, I guess like his parents or his family is disappointed in him, or maybe he's just not the greatest son. Maybe because he thinks he's dumb or whatever. He's not educating himself. Not sure. Is that why he was laughing? I feel like that's the context of that. I feel like, yeah, so I feel like he's laughing about the idea of someone noticing him, and then I guess like S noticing him, he laughed or giggled. Is that why? Wait, what? Wait, let me see that again. Don't please notice me. I was wrong. Yes, it was me. See, that one as well. What's the context of that? You what? You're the one that killed? Or... See, right now, I'm like kind of half ignoring the visuals because I'm just looking at the lyrics. Yeah, okay. I am always repeating yesterday. Okay, so when they say disappointment, it's kind of pointing at the mom. So I think he realizes that the mom thinks he's a disappointment, or maybe he just personally feel that and he just doesn't want to disappoint his mom. I think it's the lad. I think it's the first one. I think that he knows for a fact that his mom is disappointed in him. I'm always repeating yesterday. I'm guessing repeating mistakes. I think he lost his dog. Yeah, I think he's just. I think he's just scared of his mom. This one, this part I did not understand during like the first time I watched this, and I still don't understand it. Like it doesn't, I can't tell what it is, and I feel like it's a dog, but I'm not really sure. I feel like since he murdered someone, I feel like it's the mom. Yeah, so look, he's choking himself, no? Is this like the S word? Wait, sorry. I was falling down, my life started in the wrong spot. I don't understand. You know what I think? I feel like his dog ran away when he maybe said, yes, it was me. Is it because he let the dog go, and then when the mom got mad, he killed her? I'm not sure. That's just, I don't know. I think there's definitely context there that I don't understand, and that's fine. Maybe they'll explain it later. I feel like it's a lot of open to interpretation. I still like the song. I actually like this song so much. I think it's a good intro, at least like for like the prisoners, and yeah, I have my own thoughts. I do think you know what I just said. Um, I don't know. I feel like after rewatching it, I did see some details that I feel like I kind of like went back into like the first time I at least watched the music video, but I feel like the context for the voice drama barely added anything really. Maybe certain things that he did in the music video, like him laughing when he says "Please notice me." He did do that for the voice drama as well. But other than that, you know, I guess it makes sense that he's very hesitant because he's hesitant during this video as well, and then he kind of like cackled a little bit when he says "Please notice me." So which is very similar to his to his like voice trauma self. So yeah, I mean, I do like Haruka as a character. I like his music video. I am very interested in his storyline. I'm not usually a fan of these type of characters, I guess, because I do feel like something in them is evil, or at least like it's very untrustworthy because I do feel like they're crazy and they're just hiding it by being shy. But at the same time, it could be the other way around. It's literally a 50-50. Like, he could literally be evil, and I just don't know because he's fooling me, he's gaslighting me. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty common trope in anime or games that the shy person is the evil one. So that's what I personally feel. After watching both the voice drama and this music video, I am leaning towards guilty. Um, Personally, I would say guilty. But I don't know. I do feel like the personality overpowers that in certain ways, which makes me not want to put guilty. I don't know. It's hard, right? Because the criteria is so open ended. It could literally just be he's too young, maybe because like maybe he's just abandoned. Maybe a lot of people just think it's relatable that their parents don't really acknowledge them as as their child because they're a disappointment, quote unquote. As a Filipino person, I do feel that as well, where my parents never really said the words like, "Oh, I love you" or "I'm proud of you." It's more of like, "Oh, you should, should do good. You should do well because we sacrificed so much for you," kind of thing, right? It's expected rather than like kind of like reassuring that like, yeah, like we're proud of you, right? So I don't know. I guess after putting it that way, maybe I wouldn't put him as guilty. Maybe not yet, maybe we'll meet them and like talk to Haruka again during the second trial and let's see what happens. But I don't know. Very complicated but very relatable storyline. So yeah, I don't know. But that is my Haruka Haruka, reaction. Next one, I believe that one is I'm not really sure, but yeah, you'll see my second prisoner's reaction soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and thank you for supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.